Hello. So, over the years, with some of the people I've spoken with, particularly after a spiritual experience or a glimpse, or they might even thought it was awakening, I sometimes hear people say, but now I feel alone. I feel loneliness. I feel isolated. Or they might even say, I feel disconnected. And I wanted to talk about this a bit today and explain that these are reactions due to the ego. If it was truly awakening, if it was truly enlightenment, it's seeing through the me and duality. And so there is no sense of loneliness or isolation or disconnection with it. It is the ego, the little me, that feels like there should be more. Something's missing. And so it feels lonely. Now, from the standpoint of the self, or one who is enlightened, there is a sense or feeling of completeness, wholeness, without lack, not missing anything. Fulfilled. There's a sense of fulfillment. And so, how can you feel isolated or alone if you're totally complete and fulfilled in what you are? And so it's a little hard to explain, but I would say since awakening many years ago, there's never been an experience of feeling alone or lonely for me, or loneliness or disconnection. Those all imply some sort of other. In order to be disconnected, you have to be disconnected from something, some other. To feel isolated, you have to be split apart or separate from some other. But if there is no other, and there's just this deep feeling of fulfillment, completeness, and wholeness, and there's no wanting for more, then there's no loneliness. Loneliness, I find, is a totally egoic manifestation. It is a manifestation of the ego. So when there is loneliness, you can't try to escape from it, bypass it, get out of it in some way. It's not pleasant. People don't like feeling alone or lonely. And as with all discomfort, the reaction that most go with is trying to get away, wanting to fix it. There is no escape. There is no bypassing. You have to face and embrace this discomfort. I've heard some spiritual teachers talk about really sitting in this loneliness and letting it burn you and letting it, use it almost like a cleansing force in a way. But, in sitting and touching deeply the feeling, there can be an understanding that may arise when you delve into it deeply and touch it deeply. And so this isolation or aloneness is a door, or can be a portal to a greater understanding, but only if you face it and delve into it and touch it deeply. To really, really go in deep. And then even question, why am I feeling this? What is the origin of this feeling? And it may arise that there is this me that is feeling alone. And then you can delve into, well, what is this me? And so potentially, loneliness can be a portal into self-inquiry and self-examination. But never think that loneliness or solitude or disconnection or feeling alone is the result of awakening or an effect of awakening. It isn't. It is the egoic reaction, and that me is still being believed, and that's why that suffering arises.